Stream. Um, just wanted to let me check, make sure that I'm live here on YouTube. Uh, how do I know that I'm live? Each. Um, awesome. So I am live. Um, cool. Make sure I can hear myself. Awesome. So I am live. Make sure I can hear myself. Okay, awesome. So we do have, um, we're live on both platforms. It looks like. Let me just double check Twitch. Make sure we're live. Sorry, I don't know how to do all this, so. I don't know how to do all this, so. Okay, sick. I don't know how to do all this, so. Okay, sick. I don't know how to do all this, so. Okay, sick. I don't know how to do all this. The loop is wild. Okay, so the question is how do I see both Twitch chat and I guess the Twitch chat's embedded, so I'll see it on the stream as well. So I just need to look out for that. Let's see if I can edit this chat. Make it a little larger. Just want to make it where I can see it better. Chat, chat. What a weird thing. I don't understand. Okay, so which one is chat? This is chat one. Let's just delete this. How do we delete this? Remove. Yes. Okay, sick. Chat number two. How do I make this bigger? Um, Properties. Let's make it like 1,000 wide and 1,200 high. We need to be like 2,000 wide and 3,000 high. I just want to make it sure I can see it better. So maybe we try 10. Try 7,000 by 9,000. And I can do it like this. I have no idea how that's going to work. This may look terribly chopped. But we are going to find out. This might look terribly chopped. And if it does, it is what it is. I'm not a professional streamer. So at least I can see Twitch chat on my phone. Definitely very very bootleg. Okay. We are now gonna get started. So game plan for today. I'm getting started a little bit late. I'll be honest, I slept in a little bit. Slept in more than I should have, but I feel good. Haven't got a lot of sleep the last couple nights, so tonight or last night felt good as far as sleep. So basically the goal, I've got a few messages to respond to, and then I need to go ahead and probably before I do anything else, because the days kind of get hectic, is I need to check my screenshots. How do I see recents screenshots? So we need Paul Hicks. There was just some messages I didn't have time to respond to, and they weren't like crazy important, but they do need to be responded to. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then after that, I'm going to respond to the messages that need to be responded to, and then start my process for working my existing pipeline. Okay, sick. Okay. Next one. Um, it's kind of crazy that I worked a pretty much a 12-hour day yesterday because there was lots of it I didn't stream just because. Wait. Um, sorry. I didn't stream everything yesterday, and I actually ended up working around 12 hours, 11, 12 hours on 2 hours of sleep. And that was kind of a big milestone for me because I've struggled with kind of just not working hard enough. The fact that I was able to do that was huge for my own mindset, just to like prove to myself that I'm not made of glass. You know, I'm not as fragile as maybe I thought I was. So we are trying to do the same again today. We've got a great night's sleep under our belt. Um, we're ready to rock. I mean, I'm just responding to these messages really fast. I'm ready to start following up on some properties. Maybe do a little cold calling as well. Mm. Okay. We can do that as well. Let's just let's not address that directly. Hmm. And make cancel what to seller Hmm. We're gonna leave that off for now because I don't want to come across too combative. That's not our goal. We're not here to fight. Okay, we're good to go on that. I'll take a second. What we just did. Let's add a text. This is exciting stuff. Another thing for today, I'm gonna do some cold calling. I haven't done cold calling in a while. I've done a lot of text blasting. Okay, where are we at? Angie Clark. Okay, but I think I'm going to review some of our training, just to make sure that I'm still doing everything right. It's been almost a year now since I was onboarded, and I just want to make sure that I'm doing things the way that I was taught. Just because a lot of times we need to be reminded more than we need to be taught. And I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Um, you know, okay, I've already got that one. 1 second. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything important, just in case. Um, hmm, sorry, my feel like I'm about to sneeze. I just want to make sure that I'm not missing anything as far as my process or my follow-ups, my conversations. I want to make sure I'm qualifying correctly because I'm like making a decent amount of offers. Um, but Lydia, I just want to make sure that I'm doing it correctly and just double check. I think I am. I just want to make sure I'm doing more better. That's kind of the theme right now. Is if I'm going to get to 100K a month, I mean, obviously we've proved that 5K a month is possible. Our next goal will be 10K. And maybe I should just share my screen and make a roadmap this evening. But right now I gotta execute. I don't have time to be making roadmaps or looking at roadmaps. Really just gotta execute. I mean, I guess we can make a roadmap, but I don't want to get distracted. Okay. So we are done responding to messages. That's good. Okay. Sick. So here's what we're gonna do. Um, I'm gonna go use the restroom really fast. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go ahead and make a roadmap because why not? It just kind of sounds fun. And then we're gonna start dialing. Try to have around 30 to 40 conversations today. We should be able to. Shouldn't be a problem. Finish all my, tasks, get them all cleared out, and then be ready for tomorrow. Um, it is Sunday, but I'm probably gonna work some. Obviously, I got church and stuff like that, but we're gonna try to work some, see what we can do. But anyways, be right back. Hmm. My charger is not working. That's weird. There we go. That was kind of strange, but anyway, okay. So this is going to be our game plan. It's so strange watching my own stream. Disconnect my earbuds. Um, sorry. Okay. Sick. Okay, so we're all good as far as Twitch, all of that. Yeah, okay. We're streaming on both ends. So now, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. Let me close my Discord. And we're going to look at what it's gonna take to make this happen. So let's just start a Google Doc. Let's close my EasyRes tabs. I think we're good to go. I think we're screen capturing now. Let's see. See if we can see it on stream. Okay. So we need to change my screen capture. How do I change this? How do I change? All right, let's see if that works. Because I've now got my docs window sharing. Is it working? Okay. This will work. This is kind of weird, but it'll work. Honestly, I don't know what I'm doing, but it's kind of chopped. It is what it is. So, all right, we're gonna center this. How do I center it? Am I dumb? Step one. So we're basically, what I'm thinking is, this is just, first off, we had a volume issue. Wasn't doing enough, and I wasn't working hard enough, and I wasn't doing it good enough. It takes, for this role, to make good money, you have to work extremely hard and really be really good. Because if you aren't careful, since there's so many agents to speak to, there's so many leads, you start focusing on the wrong things. So we had to do more and better. And the steps to do that. So first off is going to be my schedule. We're gonna one is change my schedule. Do more. Okay. My schedule is gonna be 5 a.m. Let's just how do I checklist this? Oh, here we are. Sick. Okay. So I need to make this a bigger. Heading to. I need to go to subheading. Do more, better. That's the first thing. How? Change my schedule. So we'll go 5 a.m. and I'll be accountable if I actually complete this. Let me make sure y'all can see this. Is morning routine. Um, 5:30 is devotions. 6 would be gym. 8 meeting. And then the days that I need to work a lot more, I can just do I can shorten my workout by like an hour. So I can do like get back home at 7 instead of 8. if I have extra work to do, then 9 would just be work. And then we work all the way until 6. Then we'll respond to messages. And then 6:30, we'll prep for next day. And then 8, meal prep. And then /eat. And then 9:30, we will training. And then 10:30, bedtime routine. 11, go to sleep. So, and then this will be shower, clean space, out, shave, and that should be it. Just to write a checklist just in case I'm feeling stressed. I need to make sure that this dock is all at the top. This is all chopped here. How do I fix this? Does that help? I don't know if this is going to help or not. Okay, we're just going to have to deal with it. Okay. So I can do that. I can run that schedule. Not getting a ton of sleep, but hey, it's fine. We're young. So that's do more. And our output for that should be around about 150 texts sent. So we'd have 30 combos from auto text, 10 combos from manual, and then let me pull this down so you can see it. And then we'll say 8 new relationships. Auto text. Because it's basically a mix between text blasts, Monday through Friday follow-ups, and then also just texts that I've scheduled from the night before. Then we'll have existing pipeline. 25, we'll say dials. 25, average of 2.5 hours a day. combos. On market, maybe like 2, 1, and then reoffers around 5 a day. Outreach. So we're gonna take an hour off of outreach for lunch. I'm not sure. I try to last as long as I can without eating lunch, but so it would be 11:30 would be when my existing pipeline would end. So we'd have, let's say 12:30 to 6:30 for basically outreach. So that's 6 hours. So we'll say dials if so it's going to be mixed between cold calling and soft vet. We're going to be about 3 parts, 2 parts soft vet, or 1 part soft vet to 2 parts cold calling. So cold calling we can do about $15 an hour. Soft vets we can do about $10 an hour. So if we go be $19.5, or just say $20. Combos, we'll say 20, and then discoveries, we'll say 15. New offers, we'll say 7. And then cold calling would be, so we go, oh, I did that wrong. $360 times 30. $1.8. $27. So cold calling, we would have $27. We're also going to include new relationships as well. We'll say oh shoot, that's going to be different. So 6 times 60%. 70%. It's 4.2 times 15. It'll be at $63. Um, 25 combos, and then new relationships. We would be at 1 of 8. There's no way I'd only get 3 new relationships though. We'll say conservatively we'll say 15 new relationships. I mean, I think I can get more than that, but who knows? It depends on how cold the leads are. Be conservative though. And then discoveries, we'd have probably about 15, honestly. So we probably need to do 20 new relationships, 15 discoveries, new offers, be 7, and then new relationships on this one. We're having 17 conversations. I mean, most likely at least 15 new relationships. So this is going to be my total outreach block output. Would be, and this is just average, like days are going to differ slightly. 63.73 plus 7 is 80 dials. Can you see everything? Make sure you can. I'm sorry if you can't. I don't think you can. Okay, let me scroll down a little bit. 25 plus 17, which would be 35.42 combos, new relationships. Um, 15 plus 20, so 35. Then we would have discoveries, which are discovery calls on properties, 15 plus 13, so 28, and then new offers would be around 14. Is that realistic though? I think so. So we'd have to have 15. That's probably about right. 13 and 2. So that would put us at total is 17 and 3. Actually, I would say it'd be 5. Like, just the honest truth is you're probably going to get a little bit more than that, just because like people are getting 5 off markets a day way faster than in 6 hours. So this would be my total daily output. Average. Dials would be 80 plus 25, so it'd be 105. We'd say about 200 text sent. Dials 105. Convos. We would have 40 in the morning, 65 107. 17, 19, and 6. So it would be 19 and 6. I mean, that sounds about right, honestly. So we need to be making about 19 offers a day on average, 5 days a week. So here's our weekly output. Text sent would be right at 1,000. Dials would be at 525. Combos would be, we're just planning on 5 days a week, and I know I can do more than that, but I just want to see if it works. 7 times 5, 535. 535. On market, $19 times 5 is $95. Off market is $30. Discoveries $140. New offers would be 70. Free offers would be 25. Total 95 a week. My current acceptance ratio, let me look at 2026. Okay. So, summary. Let's just say total. So, total offers $595 plus I made 136. So we've had 10 contracts. So I have an offer ratio of 73 to 1. Offer to contract. So we basically want to get that down. 73 to 1 is fine. So that means I should have 95 divided by 73 is 1.3 contracts a week from this. And average spread is 17K. Which would mean commission would be, so 17,000 times 1.3 times 15% be 33.15 a week. That's how much I should make a week just from doing this. This is just doing more. So let me go up here. Okay, let's just see if I can do that. So now the next question is, how do I do better? And that's going to take training. So, so this will be the first step. We just do this. This is the first thing. If I can't do this, we have to like rework. Like we have to figure out how I can accomplish this right here first. Then we can look at how to do better. Then we add in we'll say complete this week 1. We're going to complete this by February 28th. Okay. Next thing is, how do I do better? So we can complete this. That's good. Next thing is, how do I do better? We add in. So we've already got an hour of reflection and sorry. I just wanted to see if I had any viewers. It doesn't look like I do, but that's okay. We're not worried about that. How can I do better? So obviously we've got our like training every day, all of that. And then I can do some reflection on the other end as well. So how do I do better? We take weekends. First, to 4 hours a week studying hot and warm offer follow-ups. So I'm not gonna like invent anything crazy. I'm just gonna see if I can do better and just follow what I know. If that makes sense. That's all we have to do. And let's just say it takes like a month. Because here's the thing, if I just follow what I've been taught and make sure that I'm qualifying correctly, we'll say hot, warm, and cold. I will analyze first one, qualifying, 2, discovery, 3, offer, 4, follow up. If I make these exactly like the SOP, Roleplay each one according to what have been taught. Okay. So we just have to roleplay each one according to what I've been taught and make sure and do it. So we'll say we'll take 2 weeks to review my pipeline and roleplay existing pipeline. Then 2 weeks to grade myself on the changes made. Roleplay, review all active deals that were added after training period to analyze and see what can be improved according to the SOP. So this is not going to be based on what I think. It's all going to be based on what I've been taught, because fundamentally, like, I don't need to try to invent anything necessarily. Like, I don't need to try to reinvent the wheel. I don't need to try to do anything crazy. I just need to follow what I've been taught. I got to be reminded. So after a month, so we'll say I'm going to try to keep it pretty reasonable. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. By March 21st, okay. So by March 21st, I should have a 5% acceptance ratio. Output. So monthly output, this will be monthly output for once I raise my acceptance ratio. Text sent. Income 3315. So we just basically want to track my monthly income. This would be 13,260. Okay, now my monthly income will be so we're going to do 95 times 4 because that's 4 weeks times 5% acceptance ratio. Be 19 contracts a month times $17,000 spread times 15%. So it would now go to 48,450. So that's more better. So then I would have to look at what else can I improve to hit 100K. If I'm consistently making 95 offers a week, 380 offers a month, what do I have to do to get there? I mean, would I have to have an 8% acceptance ratio? 17,000 times 15%. The key to this is actually raising your average deal spread. So right now it's 17,000. Well, how do we raise our average deal spread? You actually have to get more off markets. So how do you optimize for more off markets? This is actually probably the hardest problem to solve. Getting to 48K a month is honestly like probably going to be relatively easy. But getting the next 50K is going to be where things get a lot harder. But here's the thing. By this point, I will have 5 weeks of 95 offers. So the next 30 days, we're going to train again. Be training more. So we're just going to train more. I will analyze every new property in pipeline. And role play and brainstorm with John what I can do better on the weekends. Four hours every weekend. I mean, realistically though, like how fast can I 95, say we take 10 minutes divided by 60. So really we got to do more than 4 hours. We're going to have to do about 12 hours every week. No, we can do 4 hours. Because we'll just make sure that I review the ones that are most important. So I should be able to further this at least by 1% by that point. So by it's 4 weeks from March 31st, 21st, 1, 2, 3, 4, April 18th. 18th. And re-offers should rise to 190 237. So this would be new offers would be for the month 90 it'd be 70 times 4 280. Free offers would be 237 plus contracts 31 79 101. Okay, so this actually may be doable. Playbook of reviewing deals 4 hours a week. So Actually, this is not that hard. That's crazy. It's not that hard. April 18th. So, night 1, 2, 3, 4. May 16th. That's crazy. So by May 16th, acceptance ratio will be 7%, and my re-offers rise to, so it'd be re-offers from last month plus new offers. $258. So acceptance rate should be 7%. Contracts would be 258 plus 258 plus 280 would be 538 times 7%. 37 contracts. 37.66 to be exact. 17,000 average spread. And then wait, I might have got it. I might hit it. Oh, that would be so close. Wait, if all I do is make my average spread rise to 20,000, that should put me over the 100,000 mark, which is very doable. $112. That's all it's gonna take. So we're gonna try. March, April, May. We're gonna try to make 100K a month. Bring my income to 100K. In 3 months. So really, that's the true goal here. I honestly think I can do that. Like, as long as I can get the schedule down, and then make sure that I'm doing the actual 4 hours of studying, I think I can. This is it. So, we're just going to try to make sure that we do this. That's not too hard. That's crazy. It's awesome, though. I'm going to go ahead and pause the stream for now, I guess, or whatever you want to call it. I'm going to go eat. Let me take off my screen share. Remove. No, we want to, no. Remove. Okay, sick. So, good day so far. We've got our game plan. Now we just got to execute. I'm going to get in some extra volume this afternoon just because I don't have anything else better to do. So, why not? You know? And I'm going to have other days in the week that I'm going to be busy. So, it's kind of like, might as well do something cool. So, anyway, I will be right back.
Hey everybody, Walton Goggins here. Starting a business.
Most already know what to do, but simply don't do it. And the main question is why? Well, number one, because of an inability to delay gratification. Number two, because they don't fully know how to do something. This is the most common reason in more successful business owners. And a business owner asked me this exact question: when all the information is available, why are entrepreneurs still stuck? And so this is what I told him. I'd say at the most basic level, it's because of an don't do it. And the main question is why? Well, number one, because of an inability to delay gratification. Number two, because they don't fully know how to do something. This is the most common reason in more successful business owners. And a business owner asked me this exact question: when all the information is available, why are entrepreneurs still stuck?
Why am I hearing this?
I'd say at the most basic level, it's because of it.
Why am I hearing this?
Of an inability to delay gratification. And so if we just think about like why do humans do things in general, it's because they've been rewarded more for doing what they're currently doing rather than changing what they're doing. And I think that makes sense from an evolutionary perspective, that like more of what you're currently doing is safe. And so people, once they find another point of equilibrium, it's very difficult for them to break out of that. Even if they're, quote, like mentally like I really wish I could scale, they want to scale, but what they really want is to do what they're currently doing, which is why they're doing it. And so I think being able to clearly articulate also like the actions. So how is just like such a simple word. It's a short word, but has a lot of like depth to it, which is if I were to talk to a toddler and say, I want you to scale a business, they would just look at you like, what? Yeah. If you were to tell me, hey, can you scale this business? I'd probably say, yeah, I can. And so the specificity of a request is inversely correlated with the skill of the recipient. Meaning, if you have somebody who has very low skills, I have to say like, okay, here's how you turn on a computer. Once you turn on a computer, then you're going to open up Safari. What's Safari? It's an internet browser. What's the internet? Okay, let's explain what the internet is, right? And then eventually you're like, okay, we're going to go to Google. What's a Google? We'll get there. Don't worry. We go to Google. Okay, finally, we're going to sign up here. You're going to get an email. Once you have an email, I don't know how to type. Great, let me teach you how to type. And so the thing is like the lower the skill level of the individual, the more aggregate skills they have to learn in order to chunk up. And so sometimes people hear the word, oh, you just need to do outreach. But that is a bundled term that has 100 things underneath of it, which is like, how do I warm up a domain? How do I set, what's an opener? How do I integrate my, Klaviyo with my whatever, right? Like, how do I integrate these tools? And so there's 100 hows underneath of it. And they'll usually get stuck on one of the hows and being unwilling to try because it's so frustrating of like, I think what makes entrepreneurship feel slow is that you can try to learn something for a day and not have an outcome and then have to come back to it tomorrow. And figuring things out is by nature a wandering activity, which means that if you knew how to figure it out, then you wouldn't have to figure it out because you'd already know it. And so people do really poorly with uncertainty. And so entrepreneurship, a lot of it is just the ability to tolerate uncertainty, which feels very painful the entire time you're in the uncertain period, which is what I honestly think a lot of the pain of entrepreneurship is, wondering whether the investment you're currently making today, the thing you're going to lose, the money, the time, the effort, the sweat, is going to actually pay off to the thing that you hope is going to happen and you don't know when it's going to happen. And so it's almost like if you run a marathon, it ends at 26 miles or 0.2, I don't know, for you runners. But like for entrepreneurship, it's just someone saying run. Yeah. And like, I'll tell you when to stop. And even if you like, just that idea almost sounds torturous of like, just run. And it's like, well, how long? It's like, run. It's like, but what if my lungs start hurting? Run. Yeah. Keep running. And I think that's what makes a lot of entrepreneurship painful. And then the idea of, even me saying this, some of you guys probably had your heart rates go up, right? Even the idea of not knowing when something is going to end, or in other words, when you're going to figure it out. A lot of people just don't want to start that race. And so they know what they're currently doing. And they get more rewarded for talking about scaling, for talking about their goals, than they do for pursuing them, which involves a lot of uncertainty, pain, and frustration. So this leads me to the next lesson, where I want to talk about one of the most important mindset/skills that you need to train yourself on if you want to grow as a person and your business. And at least that's...
So this video is helpful. And the reason is because each of those things that he's talking about, like how the first how is to make sure that I send around 200 texts a day. The second how is that I can get all of my existing pipeline tasks done in 2.5 hours. And then I'm having about 10 conversations an hour just from that. The third how is how to have 13 discoveries, well, 28 discoveries and 14 new offers in 6 hours. That is roughly what's 28 divided by 6? It's 4.6 an hour. So all of these things are problems that I have to attack. At least one at a time. And then the next set of problems would be, how do I fit how do I fit in 15 reoffers in 2.5 hours? Because that's what I'd be doing. And still hit my 14 new offers for the day. And so these problems, I'm just going to write this out. I really think this is the best way to do it. Let me add my screen capture. So okay. List of problems to solve. Here we go. Let me move my food. Go ahead and write this out. List okay. Number 1. How to okay, next problem would be how to on no, really it's how to have 5 reoffers and complete all existing pipeline in 2.5 hours. Next one is how to make 14 new offers a day. The next one is how to, so it'd be how to do and then the next one would be how to do 4.6 discoveries an hour. Next one would be how to add in 4 hours a week of work. Training. The next problem would be to most effectively train. Next problem would be how to do next problem would be okay. So that's all of my problems to solve. That's it. That's all the problems I have to solve. So, I mean, even if we spent 20 hours trying to solve each one, it's 200 hours in 3 months. It's actually not that hard. That's the crazy thing. And that's what makes me excited. But I'm going to go ahead and end this. Max screen capture, remove. Yes. Okay. I will be right back. I'm going to go ahead and grab me the rest of my food. Let's see. Let me make sure I've got everything up and running properly. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream, and then we're going to start back in a few minutes and